My steps of solving the question answer, how I perceive that this is the good way to solve the question. Step one, read the last line first. Especially if the question is more than three liner, read the last line first. Okay. Especially if the question is more than three liner, read the last line. Then go to the question, read the question slowly. Yes, not fast, slowly. Why I say that slowly? Because when you read fast, you have to read the question multiple times. When you read it slowly, you mostly have to read only one time. Being said that, once you have read the question, once you have uh, read the question slowly, identify keywords. Keywords, what the question is actually saying. Try to identify the keywords in the question. Like, uh, are you in an agile, predictive, which type of projects you are? There will be multiple keywords. And then the most important thing, even if you don't do anything which I said, if you just do what I'm gonna say now properly, you will get most of the question right. Use elimination technique. Use elimination technique. What do I mean by elimination technique? Go to every single option with the justification that why this option is right or wrong. Why this option is right or wrong. Okay, that is very, very important. It's easy to say, hard to do. Let's see the experiment ourselves. I'm gonna put one every question. I'm gonna give you 70 seconds to solve the question and put your answer in the chat box. Now, in the chat box, there are there are two ways to there are two ways to answer the question. We're gonna go to the question. I'm gonna give you 70 seconds, solve the question, and there's an option to send directly message to me in Zoom. You can send a message to anyone. Whatever your answer is with the justification, send it directly to me. Okay. After 70 seconds, I will solve the question. And after my solving the question, if anyone has any confusion, they can ask. Your time starts now. After 20 questions, we will take 5 to 10 minutes break. And everyone, please message in your pertinent group that class has started. Okay, now I'll solve the question. As you can see from the question that what I say meant by that, what is the last line is what will you do next? Okay, this is the last line of the question and we need to identify what will you do next. What basically happens when we read the last line first, we get an idea, okay, this is something that may have happened in the past or this has happened something. What will you do next? You are working in a project with SPI 0.5 and CPI 1.2. What is SPI? SPI means Schedule Performance Index. It is bad. Less than 1 is a bad thing. It's a bad news. So that's a bad thing. CPI, which is Cost Performance Index, Cost Performance Index is greater than 1. It's a good thing, which is a good thing. Okay, so now we are gonna solve the question. Okay, now I go to the elimination techniques. Crash the project immediately. Crashing means adding more resources. trying to decrease the schedule. Yes, we need to do that. Of course, we need to do that. So, elimination technique demands, even if you feel that is the right answer, you don't immediately choose that as the right answer. You go through every single option and then pick the answer. I'll mark it. Then go to next question. Do fast tracking. Fast tracking is also good, but whenever there's a possibility of crashing and fast tracking, whenever there's a possibility of crashing and fast tracking, crashing is adding resources, fast tracking is doing the activity in parallel. We will always go for crashing. Since there's an option of crashing, so that is why I am eliminating option B. That is why. This is called justification. Every single option that you give the right answer or wrong answer, you must have a justification. I am eliminating option B. Raise a change request. Now, you want to do crashing. Crashing means adding resources, trying to reduce the baseline, which means using cost that was not planned for. In predictive, if you need to do anything, you need to raise a change request. We need to raise a change request. That is kind of the Bible of predictive. If you want to do it something, raise a change request. So that is the right answer. But elimination technique demands I go towards every single option. Do activities in sequential order? No. Why would I do that? My project is already behind the schedule. Doing in sequence will take more time. I'm already behind them. I will eliminate them. Now I am left with two options, A and C. Let's see which one is better answer. And this is the normal case of PMP. You are left with two right answer. You need to choose one option. Crash the project immediately, raise the change request. In order to crash, you need to add resource, you need to raise the change request. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to raise the change request. C is the right answer. Anyone has any confusion why C is the right answer? C is the right answer. Few people put other answer. Ali Khan, there's an option. I guess admin cannot use that. I don't know. Do check it. You can send message directly to me. G Vijay, go ahead, unmute yourself.
Yeah. So customer saying increase the cost or increase the schedule.
What is bad? What was the bad?
Because schedule is bad.
Schedule is bad, no? So we need to.
So we have to think to that.
Yeah, we need to increase time. We need to speed up. When I ask you increase, what I meant to increase your time into that. Okay, thank you. G Mansoor, you had a question.
Yeah, so the option where we so if you can turn on back the question again.
Sure. Yeah.
So here we said like I selected crash the project immediately.
Okay.
Raising a change request is in sense when we want to change any baselines, any of the baselines. But since we have extra money, we're not changing anything. We're using that money to expedite.
Did we plan for it? Did we plan for it?
No.
Which means we are changing our plan, right? Even the order or critical path, anything that you are changing, you need a change request for that. Okay. It will impact your baseline or not. It will change your cost baseline and schedule baseline. It can increase risk. And most importantly, first of all, thank you for asking this question. Most importantly, by crashing, it is possible that the risk increase. We need to do the impact. Can we do the crashing or not? Not every time when your project is behind, you can do crashing. No. You need to see, is it even possible to do the crashing or not? Is it even possible? Is it even feasible to do the crashing or not? Okay. This is very, very important. Gee, anyone else has any confusion? Could you please explain again different Amol, especially for those students who are from batch 11, all these things will be covered in your material. These will be comes in the videos. Okay. So crashing is adding resources. Fast tracking is
doing activities in parallel. Do we need to change request? Of course, we need a change request for both of them, for crashing as well as fast tracking. Acha ji. Next question, guys. Okay, time's up. DE Pareto tells the most important effect. Hassan Aurangzeb, please put direct message to me. Pareto, DE, DE, DE. Okay, let's go to the question. Now, a very important thing, we have more than 3-liner. We will go to the last line first. What are the most important defect? So even just going to this line, we are talking about important thing. So with the important, we can see, okay, which tool it can get it done. But let's go to the question. You are working in project as a project manager. Quality. So this is the keyword. As I said, keywords are very important to identify. Quality is the biggest concern in the project. Your team want to make sure every deliverable to the customer check is approved according to quality management plan. If you found defect, you want to use root cause analysis to get to the base of the problem. Now, this was the entire question, but the real question is only this thing. Which tool you use to find what are the most important defects? A is not the right answer. Verify deliverable. Histogram is not the right answer. Validate deliverable is not the right answer. Pareto give us the priority. What are the most important thing? Fishbone diagram is used to do root cause analysis, and that was a distractor for you, distracting you from the real thing. Okay. And if that distractor was not even enough, 5Y and fishbone are the same thing. Both are root cause analysis. Both are eliminated. Vijay and everyone who put E as an answer or F as an answer, please try to identify the right keyword. Mushak, you also, Satish, okay. Then everyone who put anything else, this is the important thing. Vinod, I understand now. Guys, this is the power of last line and keyword. Okay, Vijay, sorry, Vinod put it there. Last line and keyword. This is very, very important for us. Whenever you are solving the question, please understand this thing. Last line is the key of the PMP. Okay. G, if anyone has any question, they can raise their hand. Yes, Vijay.
Can I go to the question? The customer check according to the scope baseline, right? Why here they put quality management?
Customer check according to scope baseline, but quality tells about the quality of the deliverable, whether deliverables are quality or not. Customer check scope according to the scope baseline. Quality is still with the quality plan. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
So, Mr. Amer, the Pareto chart is the correct answer, right?
Yeah. Pareto is the right answer. G. Next question. Histogram you can use when you want to have a frequency distribution. Please, everyone, do give justification. I'm happy more people are identifying the right keywords. Okay. Hassan, try to send message directly to me, because if you send direct message, everyone, the answers get skewed. Achaji, you also want to create a graph after collecting data from this work. You have made a new iPhone, which has been delivered to 100,000 people. Now you want to check how many of them are satisfied. So you want to check from these people, how many they are satisfied. Large people, large audience, 100,000. It can be million, 10 million. I just put this number. Which tool will you use for this? Keyword, tool, and large audience. Survey is used for this purpose. Histogram is used to show graph, but we are looking for the tool used to collect data, not to show the graph or frequency distribution. If we wanted to see in which area more people are buying or which area people are more satisfied, we should have used histogram. But here we will use survey. Fishbone diagram? No, we are not working root cause analysis. Okay. Context diagram? No. Context diagram shows linkage of that. A is the right answer. Okay, good. G, next question. Acha ji, which document you will update? Now the question is saying there is something that you need to update. You are working in your project with SPI 0.5. SPI means again bad thing. CPI 1.2 greater than 1 good thing. Customer has requested to increase the speed of the project. Now you have crashed the project and now you want to make sure reasons for which the project was delayed never happened again. So we are looking something that does not happen ever again. Which document will you update? So now we need to see which document we will update that it will never have to be done in. Prasanna, we are not looking to put the problem. We have already solved the problem. We want to make sure that that problem does not reoccur. Okay, issue log is used to put the current problem to solve it. So this problem has already been solved. We have solved it. We just want to collect some information from there that does not occur. Risk register, it's not a risk anymore. Risk management plan, not a chance. Lesson learned register, yes, that is something that we do. We put it into the lesson learned register so that we can identify and we can work it. We can get this done and that thing never happen again. Lesson learned repository, we will do that at the end of project. Now, if the question said choose 2 options instead of 1, what would be your answer? If the question wanted you to select 2 right answer, what would be your answer? Yes, D and E would be the right answer in that case. Both D and E. But here the question does not say that select 2 options, so only D will be the right answer. D will be the right answer. I don't know why it is moving forward and backward. Sorry for that. G Gupta.
Yes, this question is asking happened again in next project. Actually, lesson run register we will use for this project duration.
Lesson and register we fill, but the lessons we use, they are used for the next project.
Okay.
Okay. And at the end of the project, if the question said that we are at the end of the project, and then the lesson and repository would have been, because lesson and repository you put it at the end because you are updating lesson and register. Na? At the end you will be updating lesson and repository. Okay. G. Guys, if anyone has any question, so do raise your hand so that I can answer it. G, who is that? Yes, Mariam.
Risk repository is going to be lesson learned repository because it's talking about it shouldn't happen in your next project. When I'm going to apparently in my next project, I wouldn't have access to lesson learned register, right? It would be only repository that I will have access to if I'm going to my next project. So
yeah, that is for sure. But right now you will update into lesson and register, and at the end of the project, once that is updated, and if the organization says, then it will become repository at the end of it, not before. Okay. Yes, Prem.
I just follow up on the the next item which you added, saying that the question if asked answer choose 2, which would you would choose. So I think because it would have turned into issue, right? So we would have issue.
No. Issue is issue that something has happened now. We need to work it on. Once the problem has been solved, then we don't go for the issue. Then the issue has been already resolved. We don't go for the issue. Issue has been resolved.
So we consider lesson learned repository as a document.
Lesson learned repository is a database. It's our database. We put it into the database. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Vijay. Thank you very much.
Okay. Customer has requested to increase the project. Next step is I'm going to put the change request. During the change request,
one thing I am noticing a pattern that you are having. You are focusing more on known keywords. Okay. My focus is very much on keywords. But even the questions can be like, there was a time when the PMP exam was coming up to 8 lines. So specifically, if that can come, today the exam was 1-liner, but the exam can come 7-liner, 8-liner. If those things happens in your pattern exam, you can face a difficulty lost in the question. So this is for Vijay, saying it to Vijay, but to everyone. Please don't get lost into the words of the question. Identify the keywords and then work on it. For example, this question says the problem has been resolved. What will you update? And you need to look into that. Vijay, please. Sorry for interrupting your question.
Yeah, my question is, I'm putting the change request. During the change request, I'm going to update the plan. I'm going to update the lesson learned also in the change request.
No. Lesson learn, you don't update. No. First of all, you don't need lesson learn. You don't need to change request for any documents. First thing. And you don't need change request to update lesson learn register. Once the problem is solved, solved, then we update the issue log. And from the issue log, we get the lesson. Okay, this thing should never happen again. Please understand the flow of how, please everyone understand the flow, how the issue is resolved. So that if you have such question again, you can counter that. Step number 1, a problem or issue has occurred, not identified. Very, very important thing. A problem has occurred, happened. For example, while talking, one of my water bottle fell down. Okay, so that was a issue. Another water bottle, this one, I took it from there. I learned a lesson, I'll put it aside because I'm moving and using my desk. So we got that. We don't need change request to update any logs, any documents. We need change request only to update plans and baselines. Okay, so a problem has occurred, we put it into the issue log. Step 1. Now, problem has occurred, you have updated the issue log, identify the reason why it was not identified before. Root cause analysis, RCA. Okay, now you have done RCA, check if you need a change request. If you need a change request to handle it, right? Do you need a change request to handle it? If you need a change request, raise a change request. Not every time you need a change request. Okay, so if change request is raised, it is approved, implement the change request. Implement it, issue is resolved. Now, important thing, issue was raised, issue is resolved, update issue log. Status of issue log updated. Communicate it to everyone that the issue has been resolved. Now, so that it does not reoccur, we update the lesson register. And at the end of the project, we put it into the lesson learned repository. This will be the flow of the entire issue log. Okay, this when an issue occurs, that's how we'll deal it. Yes, Chetali.
Just I'm confused about lesson learn register and repository. What is the difference between both? Because once anything we learn from any project, any issue, we update the lesson learn register. So I'm confused about both.
Repository is a database. At the end of the project, you update your organizational database. Lesson learn register is for your current project. You are getting lesson learn, you are putting there. Getting lesson learn, putting there. That is lesson learn register. And lesson learn repository, once all the lessons are learned, at the end of the project, we update the lesson learn, we put it repository. Okay, we put it repository. Thank you, Grace. Thank you for putting it there. Grace, can you put that message directly to everyone, like in the main box? Issue occurred. Okay, it's a great reference there. Thank you, Grace. So, guys, important thing. As I said, when you are solving the question answer, there are two things. First, learning how to solve the question. Second, time management. For now, focused only on solving the question answers. Especially for those people who are new, focus only on the question answer. Okay, very important thing. Acha ji. Acha. Next question. G, drag and drop. Now, this is a very interesting question. I used it in the last coaching call. This one drag and drop, you can take even a picture of this. This one drag and drop will solve the entire scrum for you. I'm gonna solve it. Okay, but what I want is that if I can have a volunteer from anyone here who can help me to solve this question. Any volunteer? Yes, Amar, you want to solve it?
I can.
No, Chitali, you have to raise the hand. You need to understand.
Yeah,
Amar,
so I'll try.
No. I don't need someone to try it. You will have a lot of chances after taking that training. Let someone who has already taken that training, let them try. Prem, unmute yourself and turn your video on. Guys, please turn your videos on. I like your beautiful faces. Ji, please. Prem?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Time bound, I mean, I cannot see very clearly. But
This is the maximum I can do for you.
yes. Time bound iteration in Scrum will be sprint.
Just give me a second. I'm trying to make it a little bit more for you. What was the question number? Oh, I went to the last. Extremely sorry. Prem.
No problem.
अच्छा जी, question number क्या पता है? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Can we make it?
So
Yeah,
time
that is.
boxed,
Yeah, Scrum is what?
Time box iteration in Scrum, that is sprint.
Okay. The purpose why I made it small is this purpose, so that I can actually drag it how you have to drag in exam. Okay, next.
An Agile framework for developing and sustaining complex products with specific role, events, and artifacts. An Agile framework will be sustaining complex and take that last. Visualize the work that enables the team and stakeholders to track progress. Visualize means that will be some board, task board. Team's rate of progress of completed work in a given time period, that will be velocity. A review at the end of each iteration. The product owner and other customer stakeholder to review. So sprint review.
This will be
Sprint review.
okay.
Meeting of the team member facilitated by for team to identify own improvement. This will be retrospective. A short 10-15 minutes. So this will be daily stand up.
Very well done.
Collaborative event in Scrum, which team plans to work for the current sprint is planning, sprint planning. Okay, yeah. Then last one is Scrum.
Scrum. Okay, very well done. Like you can choose right side or left side. He chose right side and he went through that. That's a very good way to solve the question. And many people ask the question that how much marks this one take. PMI does not disclose that how many marks this one have, but you need to get it right. That's how many marks. I'm gonna make the screen big. Take a picture of this. This is the entire Scrum for you. Yasir sir, you have a question? Yasir Salim, you have a question?
No. Sorry, I just wanted to volunteer, but the gentleman is actually solved.
I would recommend that the new batch for now learn these things, and there will be a lot of opportunity. Just remember this thing, every single one. When someone asks me how I'm gonna get 500 PMP, just let me put it there. 56 PMP are sitting here right now. So that is 310 plus 56. And there are more students which I can get it. I need your PMP as soon as possible, every single one. Ji, yes, sir, you can lower your hand, please. Acha, ji. You can take a picture of this, guys, and maybe even share in a group that this is the entire Scrum thing. Okay, anyone can share.
Can you enlarge, Mr. Amer? Can you enlarge so that I can take the picture?
I can't actually. Sorry, this is a limitation. I'll put it the picture. I'll put the picture there also. Acha, ji. Next question, guys, please. Where was the previous one? Yeah, this. Okay. Okay, ji. Everyone do try to answer every single question, even if you don't know. And when you are giving the answers, try to give the justification. Faisal, try to answer directly to me. There's an option in Zoom, you can answer directly to me. Okay, anyone else who's sending questions? Yeah, everyone. Yeah, Afnan, you also, Swapnil, there's an option you can send directly to me. Tassin, there's an option you can send directly to me. That will be great. Acha ji. Retrospective happens as a part of which of the following process group? In an Agile project, the entire team is engaged in the retrospective meeting to analyze the areas of improvement of future release of the current project. So it is not planning, that is sprint planning. Execution is daily stand-up. Only two candidates are monitoring and control and closing. Guys, monitoring and control is basically checking the process, progress, doing variance analysis. Okay, but if you look at the Scrum framework, sprint planning, daily stand-up, sprint review, and sprint retrospective. 2 weeks, and that's it. That pattern sprint is over. So that is over. When something ends in PMP, we called it close. It's very confusing because we are getting improvements from there that can be used in the next sprint, but that sprint is closed. That sprint is over. That sprint backlog is over. Okay, so the right answer for this pattern question is closing. Okay, Ji Faisal.
Sir, but we learn the mistakes during the retrospective of a particular iteration. Okay, and when you're working on a project, you deliver specifically in Agile, you deliver the product in increments, right? So the retrospective or the lesson learned in the retrospective are eligible for the upcoming iterations, right?
Yes, of course.
So why not we chose this answer, like monitoring and controlling.
Sure. When we do, I'll explain it from the predictive point of view. When we update the lesson learned register at the end of the project, we can use those lesson learned at the end also now. But the purpose is that when we are looking in the Agile, in the release, in the increment, as the entire overview, whenever we are using retrospective, the purpose of that retrospective is that pattern sprint is over. That particular sprint is over. No. Just understand this. Every sprint is individual. Yeah. We do get the lesson learned from that, but that sprint is over now. That sprint backlog is over now. That sprint backlog is over.
Agreed.
So that's
agreed with you. My question is that
it can be, Faisal, it can be monitoring and control. That's why I said two other options has nothing to do. But since at that step, it is over. That sprint backlog is over. We can also carry the sprint backlog. No? Why don't we carry? Because that is the framework we use.
Okay, sir, there is another question. I'm going to refine my question in a way that in Agile, we deliver the product in increments. And once, once we are working on the last sprint, that means that the specific project is going to over officially, not in between the sprints. While in predictive, we just deliver the product in a single increment, and at the closing we we update the final documentation and all. We close all each and everything. So in this question, the retrospective held for this specific sprint, not for the whole project. So it could have gone for the monitoring and controlling, but I got your point. I just wanted to add up my concerns. And
we are putting correlation here. First of all, we don't have process groups in Agile, right, Faisal? We don't have process group. No. Yes or no? Do we have process groups in Agile? No. Do you have ever heard Process group? No, we don't have process group in Agile. We
No,
have them
we don't
predictive.
have.
No. Now what we are doing, we are trying to map predictive versus Agile. Okay, predictive versus Agile. So in predictive, we are doing initiation, planning, execution, and from there we are trying to map which activities happen in which way. Let's say, just for the sake of the question, let's say we have this drag and drop. Okay, initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and closing. And we have product backlog, sprint backlog, daily stand-up, sprint review, sprint retrospective, okay, or sprint goal. Now I'm putting a lot of these things. You can match more than one in other sites. So Faisal, here, how would you map each and every one of them? And guys, everyone else also, let Faisal, other people can also solve it, okay? Please guys, try to match it. You can put more than one in other. This is product backlog. This is sprint planning. This is daily stand-up. This is sprint review. This is sprint retrospective. And this is sprint goal. Okay, match it. Now, go ahead, match, my brother. How you will match it?
Sir, A1.
Okay, A1.
B2.
B, sprint planning happens in planning. Okay, B2.
Yeah. Execution is C3. And sprint review. It is in monitoring and controlling. It is D4.
Yes.
Sprint retrospective.
Now
it is closing in 5 and 6.
No.
E5 and 6.
No, this is sprint goal. It goes back to the planning. I just put it to confuse you. It goes back to the planning.
Okay.
At the end of the sprint. Now makes sense what the question was, what the context of the question is, and how we can get this done. Okay. Yeah.
Fine. Thank you.
Usha, no, we were just comparing it. We don't consider it in predictive. That works in a different way. Ji Hassan Aurangzeb. Yeah, you can get a screenshot of that.
Yeah. Hi. So about the last question.
Which one? Which I made the question or this one?
This closing one. Closing one.
Okay.
No, the before one.
Oh, someone wants to take a screenshot. Please, you can take a picture. Yes. Tell me. What about the question?
So I thought about that sprint retrospective is at the end of the sprint, but I was also comparing it with the processes. In the closing, it's only closing project or you do close procurement. So that only happens at the end of the project.
Close procurement happens in monitoring and control. First thing first.
Yes. I was like trying to make an analogy between
now this is clear. Also, now this is clear, brother.
I am still confused because for me, all the sprints are one project, and
you see, if we
must go through all phases.
If you put it into the process group forms, sprint retrospective, since that is the end of that sprint now. Like closing is the end of the project, sprint retrospective is the end of the sprint. So that's why it comes there. Okay, could take it in that way and give the exam, Yarasan. How many mocks you have done?
6.
Where you need to complete it now. Let's have a discussion and see if you get a date in Saudi. You are now unnecessary. You are at that law of dimension return. If you keep staying that, you will start coming down. So you need to get the exam. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Afnan, if you can share that in the PMP panel groups. Okay. Yeah. I really like how you guys are interacting, and this is a very important thing for question answers. Okay. Ji, please everyone. My tea is finished. Okay. So I made these long questions just to put in the context so that you can understand how the long questions will be there. What is the most appropriate action here? Okay. So here it does not help us, the last line. And agile. Now, first thing first, the keyword is agile. Team committed to delivering 60 story points in the sprint. Planning meeting of the third sprint for a 20 sprint release point. During the middle, a team member who is supposed to deliver 10 story points goes on vacation. Okay. Due to personal emergency. Unknown risk. Unknown risk. What is the action? Deliver 50 story points for the sprint. Yeah, can be. So it's a valid action. It's not a bad action, but let's see. Schedule a meeting with the functional manager for a resource replacement. A very good answer. And let's see. Elimination technique demands other things. The team member will be asked to complete the work remotely. It's an emergency, yeah. Maybe someone died or whatever. The scrum man could request the team to work never overtime. Never work overtime. This is kind of the parameter of PMP. Overtime is not allowed. So we are left with two options, A and B. B will be the better answer. You see, guys, A is still a good answer. I'm not saying A is not the right answer, but B is even a better answer. Okay, between A and B, there is no other option that we can work into that. So B is a better answer. Yes, Vijay, go for it.
Yeah, I also thought the B is the correct answer, better answer. But only thing, functional manager is a projectized organization.
Where it is said, where it is said it is a projectized.
Because function means only operation.
No.
Functional manager, if we are going to ask, why I will tell you why I asked this question. The same related question came during our, okay, you tell me.
Identify the keywords. Tell me again, as we discussed previously, we need to, whenever, this is for everyone, whenever you are talking to me, first step, you are not going to assume anything. Second step, you need to show me the keyword that says this justification. I need your justification. Now, Vijay, you are saying this is a projectized question, justify. Okay.
Okay. If we are going to ask resource in the functional manager, that particularly is operational. Only operation company.
What is balance matrix?
No. This is same question happened during our class 9th. This one. Same question came. I answered this. You told functional means only operation, no project. You told this.
I can be.
That's why I confused. I know this is the B is the correct answer. I confused.
I accept it. If I say that, I am sorry. I was wrong. But unless the question states that, okay, we will consider that we are working in a matrix organization or projectized. Two options are there. But if you look at the option and the question will guide you. Since we have an option B here, which means it can be there, and a team member is leaving. So whenever a team member is leaving, the project manager does not have a person, so he needs to look at other people. No? Okay.
No, that is correct answer. That is correct. Only function manager key is confusion.
Then my mistake. I'm sorry for that. Okay. Yeah. Ji, Sujat sir, please.
So my question is,
sir, you are replying me at 2 a.m. You are replying me at LinkedIn at 2 a.m. but not replying at WhatsApp. What does that mean?
Sorry, maybe I missed you because sorry for that.
Yes.
So for deliver 50 story, because normally what we are saying that the team has the authority to decide how many they can
agree.
Story points they can. They are the authority.
Beautiful question. I totally agree with that. Who decided 60 story points? Team decided. Na? Team agreed on that. Team agreed because of their thing they can do. Now, we don't know that those 10 story points can make or break the project, can even obsolete the sprint goal. We don't know. Anything can be there. Na? So the best case is whenever a team member, you can put it as a do or do not. I sometimes think to write a book on this. Do or don't do a PMP. When a team member leaves, the step one is go to the functional manager. Step one is go to a functional manager or check resource management. These are two things. If the option was check resource management plan, that would have been a better answer. But the question said Agile, and it is not a hybrid question. Okay, if the question said only removing the word Agile from there, everything else is mentioned. The question can be hybrid, and we can have a resource management plan there, and that could have been a right answer. Okay, G. Okay, Ji. Next question. Maybe there are more people that is increasing my energy, but I'm loving today's coaching call more than ever.
Mr. Amer, sorry
Yes.
for the interruption.
Who is talking?
This is Jay Prakash.
Jay Prakash, always raise the hand. There's an option to raise the hand. Like everyone did it. I will show you how. This is raise a hand in reaction. So whenever you have a question, if you want to put something, please raise the hand. Okay, so that at least I know who is talking. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell me.
Can you show the previous question 166?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, this question I'm not able to understand actually. Can you just explain?
Did you go through the Agile video complete?
Yeah.
I'll share you the complete Agile video, understand what is the velocity and how we can decide story point. You see, as I said, for batch 11, this is kind of an understanding time. So even if you don't understand anything, I do recommend make a list of things that you don't understand and put it in the group. And I will add one of the certified PMPs from there for in your group so that we can add on those things. What are the things that you are missing there? Okay. Suleiman, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Suleiman, go and do your thing. Sorry, I should not have messaged you.
Okay, no issue.
You have an important day tomorrow. Guys, shame, best of luck. He has an exam tomorrow. Yes, Prem. Suleiman, please leave the meeting. Yes.
So I was wondering on that question that, in Agile, usually when a project team member leaves or if the workload imbalance happens, then it is a self-organizing team, right? So they will try to fill in for the other, right? So why
they try to fill in, but that means you have to do overtime. I have actually seen, like my wife works in an Agile team. So what happens there, and it was interesting, they have to work overtime, which is not a good thing. Why? One of the principle of Agile is that sustainable pace. If you work overtime, you cannot work at all. For example, actually, I forget when I scheduled this coaching call, I have joined a training program for 4 days, and it's a Tony Robbins training program. And it was today the training should happen. The training ends at my time, 6 a.m., 6 to 7. It was 14, 15 hours, 7 a.m., 8 a.m. So I could not wake up to next day, and I could not join the entire training yesterday because I cannot sustain that thing. I have to sleep. Like my normal clock is I sleep at 4 a.m. Not a good clock, but 3, 4 a.m. is fine for me. But till 7, 8 a.m. is not good for me. So
but
one day
this is not for entire project, right? It is matter of
we will not do the work
that
time.
is one.
Overtime is not allowed. That is the end thing of there. Overtime we will not do. Anything else is there, we will consider that. Okay, that is kind of a principle of Agile or even predictive. Overtime is not allowed unless it is, I don't know what thing. I have never seen a question where we will allow it. Acha ji, a very important question, and this question basically summarizes the difference between predictive and iterative and things like that. Okay, so which development approach is being followed in the ABC project? The project is running smoothly with a team of generalized specialists. The control of the product planning and delivery has been delegated to the team. The project manager is trying to build a collaborative decision-making environment while ensuring the team can respond to the changes. While the team can respond to the changes. Which approach is being followed? Straightforward, it is a definition of collaborative. It's not predictive, it's not incremental, it's not iterative, it's agile. This question has to be right by every single person, and I'm happy to see that, yeah, everyone has put the right answer. Good. Ji. Guys, there is no mark for doing it early. So take your time, understand the question and solve it accordingly. I'm sending a broadcast message to everyone. So if you receive it, so I'm sorry for that. Because I want other people also to join the class. Yeah. What are the examples of the measurement used in the flow base? So now, flow mean one by one. For example, I have, interestingly, 3 cup of McDonald's. Now you can tell me I live near McDonald's. So first, like I went and take 1 cup of tea, I drank it, then I needed another cup, and now just recently I took the 3rd cup of tea. One by one. This is flow based. This is lean. Rohit is the project manager of a software. What are the example for measurement used in the flow base? Okay. Velocity is basically based on story points, and it is based on time box. Okay, not flow base. They are two different methodology. Agile work in 2 ways: flow base and time box. So that will be eliminated. Cycle time, yes, time required to complete something, moving deliverable from here to here. Lead time, yes. Spike, no. Spike is again the term used in there. So B and C are the right answer. Amit, does it make sense to you now? Faisal? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prasanna, Aparna, many people made the selected velocity as this. Understand this is velocity is time box. Time boxing. Okay. G. Next question. Who participate in the sprint review meeting? Very straightforward questions. The sprint review meetings help to inspect the outcome of sprint and determine the future adoption. Like what we need to do then, okay, who participate in product owner? Yes, that is the right answer. Okay, but elimination technique demands you must go to other options. Scrum master and development team, no. Product owner must be there. Product owner, scrum master and development team, yes. Scrum team and relevant stakeholders. Product owner has to be there. Okay, if you don't put the name of the product owner, you see D seems like a right answer, but Scrum team mean Scrum master. Okay, and okay, let's discuss on this question. Okay, B. How did you Asad, Hassan, Faryal, how did you eliminate product owner? We're talking about sprint review, not retrospective. See, Pallavi, how it can be a, yeah. So right answer, if we put it into this way, is actually D answer. I misread it. Scrum team, which is product owner, Scrum master, and development team. If the only team said a development team, then it would have been a different thing. When it said Scrum team and relevant stakeholder, whoever the customers are. So D becomes actually the right answer because you have Scrum team in that option. Okay, Scrum team. I only read team. I thought I read it in my mind. Development team. While I was reading your answers, I looked at, oh, it's Scrum team. This is very important, guys. Yeah, you can always get the questions wrong moving fast. Slow down, understand the context of the questions. Okay, question number 170. After every 5 questions, we have one drag and drop. So I'm going to give everyone, like a lot of people, option to solve that. Imran, unmute yourself. You raised your hand last time. How many full mocks are done, Imran?
3.
Yeah, what was the score in which one you last did?
Yeah, this one third today I have done.
What was the score in first?
91.
I said, did you ask me? Anyone who get the score 80 plus in first mock, I ask them directly go mock 4. 2 and 3 are easy. How much you have done mock number 3?
Mock 3, it was 85.
Achha, done. That is done. Okay, then complete.
Yes, yes. 91, 92, 85.
Mock 4 will be a shock. Mock 5 will be electric shock, and Mock 6 will be a hybrid electric shock. I have never seen anyone getting 75% or 80 in that. Like not 75, yes, 80 I have never seen. Not even that. Gupta, how much you got in Mock 4?
78.
78. That is the highest I have seen. Aparna, are you here? How much you got? And Rania, how much you got? These are like all these 3 are highest. Not Aparna, Anamika. Yeah. But let's see how much you got. I got Bhaijan, Shah Mansoor, they are talking about 180 questions. They are not talking about 60 questions. Shah Mansoor is putting, I got 80 in mock 4. They are talking about 180 questions. Yeah. Okay. So that's a different entirely game. Acha ji, let's solve it. Ji, please. Everyone else, you can solve there. Chat box, put the answers there. You can like put resource rate is A, virtual team is B, stakeholder is C. You can put it this way, whatever you like. Ji sir.
So first one, resource rate, people with little or no time spent meeting face to face. It will be the virtual team.
The virtual team, okay.
Yes, clear expectation regarding the code of conduct for team members. It will be the code of conduct. It will be that team charter or ground rules. It will be.
Put me one. I can't put in 2.
Yeah.
Both
Okay,
are there.
no problem.
Team charter or ground rule? Tell me. Choose.
Clear expectation regarding the code of conduct for the team members. Ground rule. Put it in ground rules.
Okay.
A document that enables the team to establish values and agreement and practice its performance work to team charter. Judgment provided based upon expertise in an application area, that is the expert judgment. Project budget and what is project budget and
disbursements? You're like
disbursement. This will be lesson learned and I will service.
Okay. Do the next.
Okay.
Now. Instead
Okay.
of wasting the time, go next.
A project document used to record knowledge gained lesson learned so that the current project and enter into the lesson learned register. So it will be the lesson learned. An individual may be affected or perceive itself to be affected by the outcome of a project. This will be the stakeholder. A contract of service. A contract between service provider and internal, and it will be the SLA.
Well done.
This will be the resource rate.
Yeah. So you see, what if you don't know how to solve the question, just move towards, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. At the end of the day, remaining options, give your best guess. Okay. So this was the right answer there. Very well done, Imran. Very well done. Okay. Next question, guys. A CEO of a paint manufacturing company involves his senior leadership team to prepare a business case to establish guideline for handling toxic material. Okay, so we are making a business case, okay, authorizing to a project to establish guidelines of a toxic. It is not a social requirement. It is not an organizational requirement. It's an environmental impact, which we can look into that. Yeah. So toxic is the most important word. It's not a legal thing. When the question says that it's a legal work, we need to work into that. So that is a legal requirement. Okay. Legal requirement, it has to be said that a new law has been made, and as a result of that law, you have to do this thing. Then it becomes a legal requirement. As long as it's not said, it's not a legal requirement. Environmental impact, environmental requirement. G, what needs to be reviewed here? As a project manager, you are trying to determine the deliverables which are subject to quality review. Okay, we are reviewing the quality. As a project, Marley, don't write on screen, please. As a project manager, you are trying to determine the deliverables which are subject to quality review. We are reviewing the quality. What's need to be reviewed here? Project management plan? No. Why would we review the project management plan? How that can help us? What we can work into that? Okay, but yeah, let's put it there. Okay, so risk management plan? No. Okay. So we are looking at what things are there that are subjected to a quality review. We want to look into that. Okay. Requirement management plan. Requirement actually has all the quality requirements. What needs to be done? Scope baseline. Project management plan can be the answer, but requirement management plan, in my opinion, is the best answer. Amol, we will have a break after solving 20 questions because we have to solve 60 questions. So we will have a break after every 20 questions. Okay, A is the right answer. If A was not an option, then D would have been the right answer.
Amer, I have a query. Can I?
Who is talking?
Sorry, it's Marley. Let me raise my hand.
Yeah, Marley, you were writing on something. Please don't write it.
No, sorry about it.
Yeah, tell me. Yes.
Okay, the latest question. So I'm just reading it as a project manager, you are trying to determine the project deliverables which are subject to quality review. So you are going to determine the project deliverables that are subject to review. So what I thought it is like as a project management plan, when I'm writing, I'll be rating all the phases as part of the project, and I'll be mentioning the artifacts or milestones that I need to achieve.
Agree. Now this is a very important distinction in PMP exam, a very, very important distinction. You can have a right answer and you can have a better than the right answer. What do I mean by a generalized answer? For example, for anything, what you will update, project management plan will always be the right answer. But if you have a specific answer for that, that will be the better answer for that. If quality or if a plan was not there or requirement plan was not there, then the project management plan would be a right answer. No doubt into that. But that option A, requirement management plan, supersedes that option because that is more specific. Okay, Marley?
Noted, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. G, next question. I guess these questions are made by Manik. So, because he's talking about this, yeah, he made these questions. First, I made the questions. Now, like next 40 questions will be by certified PMPs. Which process is currently getting performed in the mentioned scenario? Guys, first thing first, you don't need to remember the 49 processes. You don't have to remember the 49 process. That is the most important thing to know that. But few processing and knowing what help them does not hurt you. There will be no question like this in your exam. So I just want to put it out. Okay. All baselines are approved. The project team is engaged in reviewing those documents that guide the selection of internal and external resources that needed to complete the project work. So which document, which process is currently getting performed? That like the entire question we're talking about document. Here we talk about the process. Plan procurement management, no. Plan resource management, okay. Plan scope management, no. acquire resources. Okay. So A and B and D looks like the right answer. Let me have a look at one more time at the question. Is engaged in reviewing those documents that guide the selection of entire internal and external resources needed to complete the project. Which process is currently getting performed? Now, what we are doing, we are trying to get the resources that is required to do that and how to guide that. So basically, plan resource management will be the right answer in my opinion. Acquiring resources, you get the resources. This is in execution. In execution, we acquire the resources, we develop the resources, we manage the resources. We are talking about planning, so that will be there. So plan resources will be there. But one more time, you will not get this question in the exam. Question like this in the exam. Grace, go ahead.
So the question says which process is currently being performed. So when you say it's a process, can it not be acquire resources?
Don't you think plan resource management is a process?
It is a process, but can't it be a knowledge area or something?
The right answer is B. As I said, you don't know the 49 processes, and I don't suppose you to know that. So let it go. Let it go. The right answer is that. So yeah. Okay. G, next question. Plan resource management is a process actually. Resource management plan is the output of that. It's a process, just to answer the right one. Okay. So select two, very important thing in the PMP exam. Let's say the question says select two. Unless you select two right answer, you cannot move forward. The audit report suggests quality improvement for some of the critical process improvement for a software development project. Which of the following are example of a quality improvement tools used to evaluate and analyze opportunities? So we are looking for the tool that basically identify how to improve the quality. Design of X is basically a tool that you work one by one to see how we can basically get it done. Okay. So design of X would not be the answer. Yes, Salim, you put one answer. The last line said select two answer. That is very important. Okay. A and B. No, design of X. Amit, why would you say B is for sure? Okay. B is for sure. Plan, do, check, act is basically defined to improvement. That is a deeming cycle. Deeming cycle used to improve. It is called as plan, do, check, act, deeming cycle. Check sheets is kind of an inspection tool. Okay. So Six Sigma is a quality standard, one of the highest standard that we follow to work into that. Six Sigma. Okay. G. So right answers are B and C. Do you think you need to have a break after 15 questions? We can have. If you want, put in the chat box. We can have after 15. And I know the answer, but yeah, still put in the chat box. Or after 20 questions. After 30, Mohsen, you are motivated. Okay. What tool the project manager suggested? The project manager recommends the team uses a scope model that will visually depict the product scope by showing the business system. What tool the project manager suggested? MVP is something that you have produced, minimum viable product. That is not a tool. Prototype is also something that you have produced. Requirement estimate matrix, context diagram. If you understand that, the definition of context diagram is this is the definition actually. A visual tool that shows the process input, is the process, okay, and the output, how they are linked to each other. That is the definition of the context diagram. Okay, A is the right answer. Okay, Gupta, did you solve a drag and drop today? Gupta?
Yeah, I'll do. I didn't.
Okay. Go ahead.
Tracking cost and effort performance against a planned value. Tracking cost and effort, Kanban, throughput metrics, cycle time, quality metrics, end value, bar charts, Gantt velocity. First, I'll go one by one. After I'll select. Use the project schedule to track performance over time. Measurement of tool output from iteration to attempt the periodic future iteration output. Based on the Japanese management, the measurement of the teamwork that has moved from one stage to another stage over that time. Measurement of work that has progressed all the way up to complete the deliverable. Various measurement to track quality deliverable. This is Scrum, Agile, Kanban boards.
Which one?
Yeah, based on Japanese management time, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, velocity, measurement of throughput metrics, cycle time. Measurement of tool output from iteration. The cycle time will be the measurement of work that has progressed all the way from plan to complete the deliverable.
Okay.
End value, tracking cost and effort performing against planned value. End value is the tracking cost and effort performance against planned value. Using the project schedule to track. Yeah, burn charts and this one using the project schedule to track this.
Bar chart, not the burn down.
Sorry, bar charts and Gantt charts. Quality metrics. Measurement of the teamwork that has moved. The quality metrics is various measurements to track quality deliverables, defects, and acceptance output. Yeah. Velocity, measurement of total output from iteration. Yeah, velocity is that measurement of total output from iteration to attempt predict future.
And
remaining throughput metrics.
Yeah.
Measurement of the teamwork that has moved from one stage to another.
Do work a little bit more on drag and drop, because you need to little bit as both Prem and Imran solved it. That was kind of although this was a difficult one as compared to other, I totally agreed on that, but still a little bit more work is needed from your side. Okay,
sure. Yeah.
Next question. Risk management strategies are very, very important for you guys, especially for drag and drop question. I only had 15 answers. I need more answers, guys. Okay, such an action is an example of which of the following? Risk response planning. Neil is a project manager of building construction project. Near the end of the execution, the team realized the significant risk of realized a significant risk in the available timeline. So a change request is raised to update the project schedule. Such action is an example of what thing. Okay. So change request is raised to update the project schedule. So what are the answers we have? Avoided. So that's unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Why avoidance?
Because they realize there is a risk is there.
And how it is avoided?
Complete this. So changes raised to update the project schedule. Oh, okay. They have okay. So it will be C, mitigation.
It is mitigation. Huh? And Chaitali,
yeah, because they already saw it.
Yeah, it is mitigation. Yeah, it is mitigated. Understand avoiding risk is probability into impact. So we need to understand, we make probability or impact 0 in avoiding. Escalation, we escalate to sponsor, transfer to buy a premium. It is a mitigation strategy. Okay, thank you. G, next question. Chitali, I'll answer your question after this question. And Chitali, please answer me directly. You are putting answers in a common medium. Pallavi, what is the confusion?
Last question, I had a query. So I had opted for avoidance.
Let me solve this one. If the query is for last one, then we'll go back. Okay. The project charter can be approved by. Now, this is a very interesting question. It seems like a very easy answer. Okay. Even if the answer said sponsor, okay, that would not be the right answer. Anyone, of course, a sponsor, but anyone who's upward stakeholder. It's a very important question to understand. The outward people does not classify. And stakeholders, project manager never. Upward, who are the senior people. Change control board, not necessary. It is possible that we make a change control board and they are not. D may be the right answer, but C is more specific answer. And majority of you have given C. Prem, C is the right answer. Stakeholders were upward, not necessary change control board can give it. Sometimes it is beyond the change control board's authority, or they don't have that much. So sponsor comes there. Okay. So it can never be Grace A. It can never be A because the project manager actually is assigned after that. So C is the right answer. Okay, Pallavi, I'll go back to the previous question. And I guess Chitali raised the hand for also for this. Yes, Pallavi, first you go, please.
So my question is like the risk is yet to happen. So I opted for avoidance. So is my understanding correct?
Avoidance is not avoiding the risk. Please understand, avoidance is not that.
Okay.
Like avoidance and mitigations are both before happening the risk. Transfer is even before happening the risk. Escalation is also before happening the risk. These are all strategies that you make before happening the risk. If you make any strategy after happening the risk, it's not a risk, it's an issue.
Yeah.
For something to be risk, you identify it and make a plan for it or make a strategy it. Avoidance is making probability or impact zero. Mitigation is that decreasing probability or impact. So that is a big difference here. Okay.
So, and another question for
Go
the
ahead.
current question I had. So if the options were governance board or sponsor, for
Governance
example,
board. Governance board.
it would be governance board, right?
Governance
Okay.
board.
Yeah.
Governance
Yeah,
board is the
okay.
better authority which actually uses for the purpose of governance board is this thing.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Acha ji, we still have some questions. Someone asking. Please show the answers for choose. I don't know which question it is, my friend. Nasreen, either refer to the question number. I can't go back to the previous question maybe. No, Nasreen, always choose the question number. Very different. Acha ji, question number. We'll see it, Nasreen, at the end, remind me. Upward and governance board. Governance board, actually, our governance board responsibility is to select it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What should the project manager do immediately? Hurry, there's a, like we have to do that. The CPA of the project has decreased to 0.87. Less than 1 is a bad thing. Do a constant deviation in exchange rate. Inflation. What should the project manager do immediately? Happened. Something happened. Okay, it's not a risk. We will not update it. And nowhere in the question it is said it is identified. Update the issue log. Escalate the sponsor, raise a change request. Okay. The first thing is, the first step is always update the issue log and then see why it happened. As I said it, I'm happy. Majority of people have put the answer B. As we discussed, it's not a risk, Prashant. It's not a risk. It's an issue. Subrata, we discussed the flow of the issue. Grace, can you put one more time in the public message that if the issue occurred, what are the steps to do? Okay. G, I will take a break of a 5 or 10 minutes after this. How much break you need? 5 or 10 minutes? Also put in the chat box. The majority I will go with. Ali, how it is commercial risk? Justify. Ali, unmute yourself. Justify how it is commercial risk.
Yeah, I have mentioned B because the quality is directly related to, you know, something which people will like and which people will not like. For example,
explain me. Explain me. Quality.
Yeah, for example, if there is a product that people are not going to like, for example, you may take example of burgers, then it becomes a commercial risk because all the effort which we are putting into making the product is.
Do you remember the cost of quality? what was the thing? We were doing destructive and non-destructive testing because
Not,
there was something in between, some technical steps you miss. The step you missed as a result of that. For example, I just had this McDonald's. I drink a lot of McDonald's tea because it is actually very cheap. Mostly people don't know that, but when you are living in UAE, it actually is very cheap comparing to the local teas. So, and that is the one thing, and it is 1 minute away from my room. I have to travel out of the lift, then it's 1 minute away. So one day their machine was not there. Now I'm a user of the tea. I drink tea. I told them this is not there. They checked it. Their tea level or something was that. So the quality was not good. So what was that issue? It was a commercial. Maybe it goes to the commercial, but straightforward they repaired that machine. It got worked. The technical thing, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. Let's have a 10-minute break. So quality was a technical risk. We discussed this one. Next question. Okay, so what should the project manager and the team do with the remaining 50% of low probability risk? Acha ji. Thomas is the project manager of a software development project that is 75% complete. Okay. In a risk review meeting, the risk manager informed that 100% of high priority risk identify are closed, good, and 85% of low priority risk are successfully addressed. What should the project manager and team do with the remaining 50% of the low priority risk? Okay, accept them as they are anyway low priority risk. Right answer. 100% right answer. Because normally you accept the risk and low priority risk. Okay. Reassess the remaining 15%. Better answer. This was the right answer. Better than the right answer. Okay. अच्छा आगे चलते हैं. Review risk register and remove those risks from risk register. I don't think so. We are gonna remove them at this time. Add those risks in assumption log and monitor them. Why would we do that? Why would we put in the assumption log? Assumption log comes first. We made it along the project charter, and then the risk register comes, not the otherwise. So C and D are eliminated. Let's go to A and B. Accept them. A and B both are right answer, but this is even a better answer. Before accepting them, let's reassess the remaining 15% of them and then decide what should we do with them. B is the right answer, ladies and gentlemen. B is the right answer. G, next question. So just I have a habit from Bahrain to drink this. Bahrain built a lot of my habits, like eating Oman chips, batatas Oman, and this thing. What should the project manager review? A project manager wants to review the technical requirements of the seller is required to satisfy before he goes for inspection of the deliverable produced by the seller. He wants to review the technical requirement, what things he has gonna do and review those things. What should the project manager review? Work performance data, yes, it can be. It has the high level things that work into that, but can be. Requirement management plan, a very good thing, a very good option. Requirement management plan may have. Requirement documentation. Requirement management plan is a good thing, how the requirements will be, but requirement documentation superseded. So I'm gonna eliminate this thing. We are left with two options, requirement documentation and quality report. Okay, quality reports tell us that what are the things in the quality that has been produced. It's an output of execution. So what we want to review here, a PM wants to review the requirement, technical requirement. What does he need? So the requirements will be in the requirement documentation. C would be the right answer. C would be the right. Ali Khan, requirement management plan tells you how to manage the requirement. To be very specific, which requirements will be there, then requirement documentation is more specific. Okay, requirement plan is how it will be managed. Amar, also to you, Pallavi, Prasanna. So just the work performance data is basically, first of all, watch journey of work performance data. There's a video known as journey of work performance data. If you are unable to find, let me know, I'll share it to you. Work performance data is something that you have done the work and now it is a high level status, not a refined form. What we are looking here is a person wants to check and we are looking at his list, checklist, something that he is gonna check there. So that's why it's not there. I guess it answers everyone's else question what I am trying to say here. Yeah. Grace, if you want to answer things like that, what you just did, put it in a public message. Anyone who wants to add information, how to manage, they put in a public message, answer of the question, send it to me. Ji Sajjad sir, go ahead.
So my question is, normally when we are reviewing and we need any information about the product or something, normally there is normal technical documents is called data sheets.
100%. But let me just compare that data sheet.
Sure.
No. Data sheet is not work performance data. Data sheet, if that is filled for that certain time, that week, that month, that is a work data sheet. Your auditor is coming and he wants to review these things, this. So that has been in the requirement documentation. Make sense? Okay. Yeah, that's how we work into that. Thank you very much. The next question. Okay. Sajjad sir, you did not solve any question in drag and drop as of now. Sajjad sir, did you solve any drag and drop? Okay.
No.
Then let's play with you. Ji sir, please. Okay. Little bit bigger. Yeah, that is the maximum.
Information radiators.
If anyone knows in Mac how to hide these things, please do let me know.
By default, go to display in the highest trafficably location of the product and the product is to radiator to the product. So it should go the information radiators, the first option.
Sorry, sir, little bit louder.
Big visual boards. To display, it should be information radiator. It should go to information radiator.
I always get it. Just give me 10 seconds because I always make this mistake. I did not updated this one. I copy pasted from that what my team shared to me because the right answers are in front of that. So I'm gonna just mix and match one more time. Just give me. Hassan, you were done a question. In the meantime, you can ask your question. Hassan, you raise your hand now.
No, I just wanted to tell you on that slideshow can be done to have it the slide presented on screen.
No. If you put the slideshow as I was doing for the questions, what happened? I cannot move these things. What I want is that
okay.
in this thing,
Okay.
yeah, in the because I did it on Android, but on Mac it is causing problem. It is not allowing me. Anyone? Yes, Grace is a Mac user. Hassan, one more thing. You had a complaint, or I would say not a complaint. You have some idea that my voice. Okay.
It's good today. Yes,
So the problem was your mic.
So I already arranged that earlier.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's good.
Yeah. Okay. Ji, Sajjad sir, please let's do it one more time. Okay. Yes, Sajjad sir, now do it.
Okay, sir. Information radiators. Okay. Graphs and the analysis is comparing actual results to planned or expected results. Okay. Charts and reports based on the quality metrics.
Now a little bit more difficult, na? The answers are not in front.
So, totally not change. Physical and Excel summaries for the progress, usually with visuals and graphics to represent the largest data sets. Okay, the physical or electronics representation of
Guys,
work
just for information, if you can master this slide, this one slide, all the reports, or at least 80% of the reports, different type of is clear. A very important slide.
Okay. So, physical or electronic summaries of the progress, usually with the visuals and graphics to represent the largest data set. For me, this is the physical, it could go to information radiators.
Okay.
Sorry. Fourth. The physical and electronic representation of the performance, it should go to okay, the charts and the posts based on the quality metrics collected. Okay, the physical and electronic summaries of the progress usually with the videos and graphics reflecting the last data set. Okay, with the physical and electronic intersection of the work that must be done and their current status. That is the people supposed to play on the graph in the post on so the graphs and values based on the earned value, it should be go to PVM. Graph to show the progress and gains made by the project team over time. So it should be burn down chart.
This one?
Yes, sir. Those should progress by the plotting to the burn down of the work during the iteration and the time period. Where the graph to show the progress to the plotting the burning down of the work. So it should go the burn down project actually.
Which one, sir?
The last one. Yes.
Burn down.
Okay. The visual boards to display in the traffic public location upon the project and the advancement of the project aim is to reduce information out of the project. So it should go to work performance report. This one, the last one. Physically alerting the section of the work that must be done in the current and their current status.
So last minute. We can't spend the entire day on one question. Some of them are so easy, but you are not reading it right. Thirty seconds. Okay, sir, you see graph and their analysis comparing actual to plan. Actual to plan is always, what is that? When you are comparing, what is that? What does that mean? Variance. Planned versus actual is variance. And we have a word here, variance analysis report. Then the word quality is there. Quality metrics, quality report. Okay, that was so easy. So this is few things you need to identify. Physical or electronic summary usually with visual, or that is dashboard. Okay. Physical what we done, current state, task board, Kanban board, things like that. So majority of your answers are right, but please understand this thing. Don't spend the entire time on drag and drop. 1 month back, the drag and drops in the exams were coming that were nearly impossible to solve. The feedback I was getting was a very difficult in this month, like in after 15th of October, every drag and drop was very easy. But there's a possibility that you get that. What to do in that time? Mark it, move to the next question. Mark it, move to the next question. Like either no, Chitali, I don't want you to take the picture of that, because everyone, I want you to solve the questions yourself. I will give you the, when you are near to the exam, all the drag and drop questions. So this is very important, very, very important. The time management is very important in your exam. Like, okay, if you have a drag and drop, if you think it's a big market, solve it later on. Solve it later on. In this way, we need to work with it. But it's okay. So this is very, very important, how you solve the question. The method has to be right. Okay. The method has to be very important, that it has to be right. So Hassan, I was doing this thing, but here I cannot move them on large scale. Okay, next question, guys. Acha ji, who determines the new Scrum? Who determines how? How? Keywords. How? Very important thing. Read the last line. Identify keywords. How the Scrum team will accomplish this, the goal. Okay, how we will do that something. You are a project manager of a software development project that is following Agile Scrum framework. The product owner and the development team has finalized the sprint goal for the upcoming sprint. The entire thing is okay, good information, but the most important thing is last line. Product owner determines what is the most valuable thing. Scrum master determine how to facilitate. Project sponsor has nothing to do. Development team. Roles and responsibilities are very important. Scrum master Nasreen has nothing to do with that. Team determines. Satish, Vinod, the question is asking how to do something. It was an easy question. Shah Muhammad, it was an easy question. No, Not Sajad Saab, no Scrum Master. Scrum Master has nothing to do with servant leader. The team tells how we are going to do something. Chetali, Mohsin, this was an easy question. No, Yasir Saab, it's not a Scrum Master. Development team tells how we are going to do, Pallavi. Mohammad Khan, the team tells us. Ji. Next question. Okay. Which of the following are the core properties of Kanban? So understanding what is Kanban. Kanban board is a board that limits your progress, how you are going to do. Select two answers. Kanban is a framework used to implement the Agile software. Kanban limit the work in progress. Yes. Work is done with the time box. No. That is Scrum. How much work remaining? No. That is burn down chart. Visualize the workflow. Yes. A and D are the right answer. One more time, those people who put one answer, the question said two answers. The question put select two. And now the author of the question is so good person. He said select any two. The purpose is select right two. Okay, not select any two, the right two. G. What is the next step? A CR for performing a corrective action has been approved. What to do? Implement the change log, update the change log, analyze the impact of the change, update the project management plan. Okay, so this is very important thing when we are talking about that. Analyzing impact of the change is basically before. So that is the easiest thing to eliminate in this option. Now, we need to analyze the implement later on. Okay, update the project management plan. That is a later option. That is not the right option. Okay, we are only left with two options: implement the change and update the change. For that, I can answer you, but I'll go back the PMI material so that you can also look how you can check what is the right answers while you are giving the question. I'll show you the flow of the change request. Okay, So just give me a second. I'm opening it behind me. Yeah. So since it is a PMI material, I cannot put it in the coaching call. Let me stop the share recording. Now this question is clear for everyone. Straightforward. What is the answer for that? Now is clear, I guess, to everyone. Implement the change come later, update the change log and communicate it to everyone. B is the right answer. G, next question. Okay. What should Kim do as a project manager to address correct communication channel with correct stakeholder in the project involve team across various graphical location? So we are talking about communication. Always remember, whenever the communication is right information, right time to right people to have right impact. Kim is the project manager of a prestigious project for the installation of oxygen plants across various geography after COVID. The project calls for an emulate level of cross-cultural collaboration across stakeholders and teams of various geographies. What should Kim do? Update the risk register. Risk register has nothing to do with that. Stakeholder register, yes, but that is not the right thing. We're talking about right information. Stakeholder plan, no. Straightforward, the right answer is communication plan. Right information at right time to right people, yeah, to have the right impact. Okay. Very important. I hope no one got the wrong answer for at least this question. This is very important. Prashant, you don't update the stakeholder plan. We're talking about the communication things. Right information, right people goes there. Okay. So yeah, everyone has a different type of a justification for the answer, but apart from one or two people, right answer is clear to everyone. Whenever that one something called about the frequency, level of detail of information, or reports, communication channel, is a communication management plan. Strategies, that will be a stakeholder management plan. G, next question. Okay. Yeah, Mariam, I know the same question, but sometimes repetition is good. Yes, I know question is done. Repetition is in. Repetition is the mother of success. Repetition, repetition, repetition. I'm still looking already. Anyone has done the question wrong. So it's a very beautiful concept to match, but repetition. Okay. G, who would like to volunteer for this question? Okay. Amit? No, Yasir. From the before batch 11. Okay.
Yeah, hi, Amit.
Amit, are you with me?
Yeah, hi, I'm here.
Good to have you, Amit, and hope to get you certified now this time for sure. If we can have some consistency. Amit is one of the genius student who is very busy. Am I right, Amit?
Yeah, I will try to focus on that. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Withdraw, smooth, compromise, force, collaborate. Pursue your viewpoint at the expense of others. Offer only win-lose situation. Okay. Incorporate multiple viewpoints, enable cooperative attitudes and open dialogue to reach consensus and commitment. Retreat from conflict situation, postpone the issue. Search for the solution, conflict, postpone the issue. Okay, search for the solutions that bring some degree of satisfaction to everyone temporarily, but partially resolve the conflict through compromise. Okay, emphasize areas of agreement, concede position to maintain harmony and relationships. So that is a smoothing. So last one will go to the smoothing. Second last would be a compromise.
Emphasize, this will go to smooth. This
second last is compromise.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Retreat from conflict situation, postpone the issue. Okay, incorporate multiple viewpoints, enable cooperative attitude, pursue your viewpoint at the expense of others, often only win-lose situation. So force, first is the force. Incorporate multiple viewpoints, enable open dialogue, reach the consensus and commitment. Collaborate. Yeah. And this one will be a withdrawal.
So this can also be avoid. Withdraw can also be avoid. Smooth can also be accommodate. Compromise can be compromise. Force can direct. Collaborate can be problem solving. Okay. So these are some of the conflict management strategies. Okay. Question number 190 for you, ladies and gentlemen. I should get that music of KBC whenever I put a question there. I can get it right now. Research.
Get your home the shine it deserves. Urban Company.
Did you like the music, guys? For that, if you like it, I can put it for the next question also. Which of the following is she likely to negotiate first? Janet is responsible for negotiating a high-profile projects for her agency. She has identified a contractor and must negotiate the terms. Okay, as the question says that negotiate the term. So the most important thing here is to basically look into the question and see where do we have the terms here. It is not risk, It is not terms, is not price, it is not schedule. Straightforward, it is scope. Okay. Straightforward, the answer is scope. Okay, price later. Music is making the heart race to answer soon. Yeah, then I'll make the question, put it again. Procurement price is by procurement. No. If you look at that, we are here also to negotiate the terms, what need to complete it. And the question is asking first thing. Why would we negotiate price if they cannot even complete that thing? First thing first, let's talk about scope. Can you do it? If you can do it, then we'll talk about further on. That's the most important thing to look into that. First thing, it's not about that what we will negotiate. Price will be the last thing. First, we will like, can you do this thing? Good. Can you do it in this time? Good. These are the risks. Can you handle it? Good. Okay. How much you are going to charge it? That's how you do it. Yeah. Has it ever happened? You go to a shop and ask and start negotiating them, and after 15 minutes, you realize you don't even have the product. No, that's not what something that happened, because always there's a scope of the work. Yes, Vijay?
So when we negotiate with the contractor, I don't think so. We never negotiate with scope. Only schedule, price, those things only negotiate.
We do.
Scope is what we are telling they have to do.
Yeah, scope is what we are telling them they have to do, but we have to negotiate that thing. Na? If they are saying we cannot do it, na?
So if they are saying no, means negotiation will come.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I don't think so. Contractor will say no.
No, why not contractor will
They
say
want price.
if someone says, can you do this thing? It's not always that you have to say, yes, I can do it. It depends on what we can do or what we cannot do. So it depends, it varies from organization to organization. But at the end of the first thing first, can we even do that or not? So always remember, scope will be the first thing to consider, that we can do it or not. Everything is negotiated there. When we are negotiating, everything should be negotiated. But the question said that what is the first thing to negotiate? And the first thing to negotiate is always scope. Okay. Yeah. Acha ji, let's go to the next question. Just one more question with this music. I'll put it in last 10 seconds. Let focus. Okay. Okay, so what should you be sure to include in your stakeholder engagement plan? So engagement plan is all about strategies, how to manage the stakeholders. Your PMO has asked you to provide a stakeholder plan by the end of this week. Okay. What should you be sure to include in your stakeholder engagement plan? When communication needs to be shared with the stakeholder, no, that is the communication. How communication needs to be shared with the stakeholder? Why certain information need to be shared? What information needs to be shared in the when communication time, how communication needs to be shared, strategies. Why the reason behind that, who needs the information, how much, what information needs to be shared with the C is the right answer. Why? It's a very interesting question because it depends from projects to project, but we need to look into that. What project into that? Why certain information needs to be shared? Like the strategies required to engage with the stakeholders. When communication, right information, right time to right people to the right impact. When is the communication plan? How? By video, by message, by call. That why? Now that can be the strategy about that. What information need to be shared with the stakeholder? That is in the communication plan. How much detail? But as a general, I will update this question because from these options, C is the right answer. But actually, all of these things should be in the communication plan. So we need to see what tools we have, which question we are solving. In this question, C is the right answer. But as a general, all options are in the communication plan. Next question. Which of the following is not an example of virtual team? Guys, please remember you will get a lot of questions about virtual team. So understand the context of the virtual team. A team of software developers that are located in the United States. This can be virtual team because they are in, so that is not the right answer. A team of publishers that are located in Houston and Dallas. A remote team of marketing agent in New York. A team of telemarketers who work in an office. So they are working in an office. So when you are working in the office, a straightforward answer is D. Okay. What is the main purpose of ground rules? Oh, sorry, cut your time. A lot of one-liner question, and you will see the pattern same in the exam. Like the first 10 or 20 question will be long, then 10 to 20 question will be one-liner, and so on. So in these 60 questions, I have tried to make as many of questions as according to the exam content. Prasanna, let me just solve this question, then I will answer the question. What is the main purpose of ground rules? Ground rules are basically there so that we don't make any problem. Like we don't violate the thing. For example, at the start of the class, I said, raise your hand. That's one of the ground rule so that we can follow a discipline and systematic approach. Supervisor know what to refer when, okay. The ground rule ensure that no one is late in the meeting, yes. The ground rule ensure the project does not exceed the budget, no. With the team are aware of what is expected of them, okay. Let me see what is D, and D is the right answer, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Prasanna.
So Amer, if we can go to the previous question. before this one, the stakeholder question that was saying what is stakeholder management plan. Yeah, so when we look at the stakeholder engagement plan, whatever the definition that they give, they say how the stakeholders are supposed to communicate.
No, that's a communication plan.
So
If
how
you look at-
communication? Sorry,
No.
I just cross-reference. It says
strategies that are required to engage the stakeholders. It should say something like that. So that's why I said that all 4 options are actually communication plan things. But if we have to pick any answer, C would be a better answer among these options. Okay. Okay. We can come back to the later on if you still have any questions. G, next question. Achaji, what kinds of response strategy is this? B, 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 C, 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 C. In a team meeting, engineer points out that the price of leasing a required server is on sale. That's a good thing. If an agreement is signed within the month, okay. The team decided to go ahead and sign an agreement to lease the server. What kind of response strategy is this? Please understand mitigation is a negative thing. So here we have a positive opportunity. Okay, we have a positive opportunity. So that is not that sharing, we are not getting the other person to do that. Okay, now the options are left and A and C. The right answer would be C here. Exploiting would be that we do it immediately and then try to do something else also. It is probability and impact, both should be in the exploiting. If you are doing a normal thing, that is enhancing, that has nothing to do with exploiting. Exploit is that you do something extraordinary to get that thing done. For example, for negative, avoiding is the words of exploiting, that you don't do the work at all. Okay, so enhancing is the right answer. Next question. Okay, Vijay, did you solve any drag and drop today?
No.
Then let's do it, man. Okay. By the way, did you complete the task for today that I gave you?
Okay. Yeah, I completed. Not 25, but only 12 videos I completed.
Okay. G, please go ahead. One of these options is wrong, but I thought while we are going to the question, then I will improve it. Please go ahead.
Dislikes and avoid works, achievement, affiliation, power, personal skill and interpersonal skill, social skill, empathy, self-reputation, hygiene factor, self-awareness,
Now, if you can solve this question, you can actually solve any of the motivational theory question, right?
Hygiene theory. Okay, hygiene factor is Esberg's motivation and hygiene theory. Maslow hierarchy theory is social. Okay, emotional intelligence, self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation. Achievement, power. I got confused.
Last minute. I already gave you 2 minutes. This one is an easy one.
Voice work.
$30 seconds.
That's it. I can just.
What is why not? What is Macklin's theory?
No, that's what I
Macklin's
forgot actually.
Macklin's is power, affiliation, achievement. It is an easy one here. People that hate or like the theory. What is theory X and theory Y? That is McGregor theory X and Y. People are not like to work. That is theory X and theory Y. Maslow hierarchy of need as highest thing as self-actualization. Okay, and I told you one option is wrong. So in interpersonal skills, it will come social skills, empathy, and personal skills will come this time. It was not a difficult one here. At least 4 or 5 are not difficult. We know this is very, very Vijay important that you keep on doing consistency, moving forward. Okay, even if you don't know. Always I like this question. If you don't know and you knew, what would be your right answer? Ask your mind to this thing. Like, if you don't know, okay, you say, I don't know, I agree. But if you knew, then what would be the answer? Go for that. Na? Go for the best guess. Na? Don't stop. The clock is ticking. I actually stopped the Kaun Banega Crorepati music because I remember the KBC can put a strike to me if I put it on online. So I don't want to put such an effort and get a strike from KBC. Otherwise, I'm going to put that music there. Ji Yasir sir, you have a question?
Yes, I do have a quick silly question, Amer. So in order to
First of all, sir, forever, for everyone, there are no silly questions. Okay, please go ahead.
In order to point a score, do you have to get all of them right in the right place?
Not necessary, but unless you mark all of them, you cannot move forward. You have to choose them. The software is designed in this way, in your benefit, that unless you choose all of the option, it will not get. It will not move forward.
Hypothetically speaking, for example, if you get 5 correct out of 6, will you still?
Yeah, you will get the you will get the marks. You will get the marks.
Oh, that's good. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sure, thank you. And that was an intelligent question, so that's why I say no question is a silly question, sir. G, next question, guys. Oh. What kind of stake does Rocky have here in this project? Rocky is a senior architect. When I'm building Rocky, I come in my mind come two people, KGF and Rocky movies. Rocky is a senior architect at your firm. You are consulting with Rocky because he was the original architect. Your project team is made up of designer and building construction. What kind of stake does Rocky have? Okay. So it's not ownership. It's Habib, but how it is ownership here? He doesn't own that. You are consulting with because he was the original architect for the building that your project will renovate. So he's not the owner here. He would have been the owner on that. Owner is not the answer here, not at all here. Acha, the knowledge, yes. Okay, I think it is tacit knowledge concept. Okay, okay. Why anyone did not put D? Why anyone does not put answer D? B is the right answer. He has contributed, but the reason of that is that he has a knowledge in this thing. No? Okay, he has a knowledge for that pattern project. Majority of right answer. Okay, this question is a question about critical path, and if you can answer this question, that is more than enough. You will not have to make any critical path in your PMP exam. For last 3 years, there is not a single question about scheduling where you have to make a critical path. So if you can answer this, this is good thing. Guys, 3 floats. Okay. Lag, lead, lag, lead, lag. So just to put in the context, if there two activities, activity A and B, this is called predecessor, this is called successor. The activity that comes after it, this is the activity come before. If and let's say this is activity A completed B, if this activity starts before the completion of this is called leading of that. If there's a delay in that, that is called lag. Free float is the basically amount in which how much a project can be delayed without delaying the critical path, or the activity can be delayed, that is free float. The project can be delayed, or the entire path can be delayed. That's a project float. So float has nothing to do with that because we don't have any information about the critical path. Na? Lead is not there because we are getting delayed. This is lag, yeah. It's a lag question. How can you even go to float? In order to have a float, Amit, we have to have a critical path there. There's no critical path mentioned here. It is a straightforward lag. Delay is lag, na? We have a delay here. Okay. Previous question.
Chocolate. That person.
Acha ji, what could you send for Phoebe that contain this information? Phoebe, the project sponsor has asked you to delete the project requirements and the strategic objective. What could you send? Scope statement, it is just tell you what is the scope of the project. Context diagram shows a relationship between the in and output. Mind map also shows a relationship. Requirement traceability basically maps you to end till here. The context diagram is not the answer, Hassan, at all, because we don't map here. Requirement traceability matrix. Requirement traceability matrix map from start till end. B is the right answer. Scope statement only tells you what is there. Context diagram only shows in and output of that. It does not show the strategic goals, Grace. So Jat Saab, scope statement does not tell you. It gives you the what you need to do, what you don't need to do. It does not map it out with the strategic objective. Okay. Requirement traceability Swapel. Okay. G. What should Kandara do next? Kandara is starting to begin her project planning. She has determined her project will have a traditional predictive life cycle accord. Additionally, her sponsor and several stakeholders provided her with a clear prioritized requirement. What should she do next? Develop a schedule, okay, create an activity list, create a project scope statement, develop a project chart. Let's see, what do we have? 1999 C, D, 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 D. So that's a how unmute. Sir, how do you answer these things? We really need to understand what are you doing here. You have sequence how please.
Several stakeholders have provided her with the clear production requirement because the stakeholders already you have provided the scope and whatever the clear activities you have to perform.
So do we have a scope baseline here? What is the schedule? When the schedule get developed?
So when the activities and everything has been listed out and the scope has been clear.
The schedule get when we scope baseline is there, then we move towards that thing. We have provided with a clear prioritized requirement what Kandara should do. Schedule has nothing to do with that. Activity list has nothing to do with that. Guys, Gupta, why not D? Gupta, justify me and unmute yourself. Why not D? Gupta?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Tell me.
They are already in planning stage, project planning stage. Before
Very
then,
well done. Very well
they
done.
already project
Yes.
charter.
Beginner project planning, that is the key word. That's why charter is not there. Very well done. So first we will build project scope statement, then we will go to other things. Very well done, Gupta. Thank you. Acha ji, 200 question, then we will take a 10-minute break. Someone is unmuted. Please mute yourself. What will you send them? A PMO has project management office has asked you to send them a document that how changes will be managed and controlled. So they are asking for a document that will basically ask how changes will be managed in the project. This is about product. This is about requirement. This is the procedures. Change management plan is the document that tells you how the changes will be managed and they will be handled. Okay, change management plan. Okay, guys. So that was question number 200. Let's have a 10-minute break and then we'll get back to the last 10 questions or 20 questions of the day. Very well done, guys. Extremely proud of you with the consistency you are giving and still moving forward. Let's see each other at after 10 minutes. In actual exam, there will be 180 questions. Okay. G to the 201. In exam, you have 3 hours. Achaji, which were not captured in requirement. What has Nairobi done incorrect and forget to upload? Nairobi is running a project as a project manager and currently in the phase of collecting requirement. While she was finalizing the scope statement, a manager raised concern that the objectives of the project and missing requirements which were not captured in the requirement. What she has done incorrect and forget to update. Stakeholder plan, no. Register, no. Issue log, no. Requirement traceability. Straightforward answer if you know what does the requirement management plan and requirement traceability contain. G. Okay. G, who will solve this question now? Grace, would you like to solve the drag and drop? Grace? Grace, would you like to solve the drag and drop? Or anyone? Any volunteer? Okay, Hassan, unmute yourself.
Okay. Process analysis.
Wait. Yeah, now.
5 raised to memory 32. Most problems caused by a small number of causes. Pareto chart. Relationship between two variables. Scatter diagram. Let's see of characteristics. Discover the root cause of helps discover the root cause of a problem, root cause analysis. Verify compliance and organization policies, process audit. Review design for a product. A set of technical guidelines applied during a design of X. continuity to find root cause, 5 whys, review, process, improvement, plan, and frequency of process analysis, and frequency of characteristics histogram.
Very well done. Very well done. Guys, if you can answer these questions which you just did, you can answer like you understand the quality tools, all the quality tools that we had. You simply understand them very well. Ji, next question. B, D, B, D, 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 and 155. Something like that. I need to make it small. Just give me a second. Yeah. Okay. Which state Alex company will choose to establish the new office? Okay. Alice company is expanding the business and now decided to open a branch office in another state. They must evaluate which option is more beneficial for the company prior to making a decision. The decision criteria utilized based on NVP. NVP basically they see cash inflow minus cash outflow. If it is more positive, we consider it more. The one that has more NPV, we consider it that. State A having ROI of 25% and 100,000 of NPV. The question is saying directly that we are looking for NPV, nothing else. Okay, only NPV, only NPV. This is the key word. Other things may be right, but we are only looking for NPV. That is the first thing. Okay, so here NPV is 100,000. Here is not mentioned. I'll eliminate that. Okay, here NPV is 150, 150. This is more. I'll eliminate A. Now we are left with option C and D. Both have same NPV. Now let's see which has less payback period. The less payback period is better. It is 3-year payback period. Mean if I put my money, it will take 3 years to get back. It says 2 years to get back. So D is the right answer. Okay, D is the right answer. A very easy question if you understand the concept of NBV. D is the straightforward right answer. Okay, Ji. Okay, Ji. Which information radiator of the PM will refer to monitor the scope changes as requested by the customer? Okay, only this line can give you the answer. Gupta. Okay. Nahi yaar, Gupta, wrong answer. Faisal. Okay. The development team has maintained the velocity in the first sprint. However, the customer have requested a few changes during the third iteration. The development team is unable to track the scope creep. Which information radiator will be referred to monitor the scope changes as the request by the customer? Kanban board. Kanban board is just showing this track progress, how things are moving. Cumulative flow diagram is a visual of Kanban board that basically shows you the bottleneck. Burn up chart shows how much work is done, okay, and the scope changes if the scope is added. Burn down chart shows how much work is remaining. The right answer is C, my friends. Burn up chart, not burn down chart. Burn up chart. Okay. Which of the following action project manager will do first? Yeah, we are 45 plus people right now. Only 14 answers. Please try to give your answer. Yeah. Which of the following action project manager will do first? The first sprint is completed. Good. The product owner has reprioritized the product backlog. Okay. The development team is undergoing sprint planning and prioritizing the user stories. The customer approached the project manager and eager to know the velocity of the development team to complete this project. Which of the following action project manager should do? Ask the development team for the velocity during remaining sprint. Ask the product owner, predict the velocity, use cone of uncertainty. No. No. Okay. So let's see what answers you have. So there are only two answers that can be there. Ask the development team and predict it. So the better answer is predict the velocity based on the previous thing. That is why we have a velocity concept. C is the right answer. G. Yeah, Pallavi?
So I had a question, like if they ask about what is the velocity, so the answer should come from the product owner, right? Not like the project manager is like a scrum master, right?
Product owner has nothing to do with that. No? If they ask the velocity, we already have the previous sprint velocity. Whoever they ask, product owner has nothing to do with that. He's a voice of customer. Please understand that he defines the value in the project, nothing more, nothing less. He accepts the user stories. So anyone can look in that information in detail and tell what was the velocity of the previous sprint and can tell it according to that. Right?
Yeah.
Aparna team is still in planning, but team did complete the first sprint. Na? So that's how basically that is the purpose of the velocity. We use it for the next sprint to predict how many sprints, what will be the velocity of the next sprint. Okay. Yeah. G Vision.
to do the prediction, at least minimum 2 or 3.
Who said? Who said?
That's what actually we discussed. I remember, but I don't know.
No, not at all.
We discussed.
That I never said. What you said, I accept. Maybe.
I don't know. It is my mind. I don't know why it is my mind.
I don't accept everything. It's very rare I accept something, but that thing, my mind said maybe I have said, but that is not impossible that I ever said. And we are on recording. You can watch the video. Okay, thank you. Well, at least we have some data, na? So that's why we will use that one sprint to base the velocity. Acha ji, next question we will be. G, which method or technique PM will use to provide the estimate? Now, estimation, these techniques are there. We need to look into that. We know that which is the most effective, which is the least effective, how we do that. The sponsor inquired the manager who is working on the cost management plan to provide a realistic estimate, not high level. Keyword. Prior to the upcoming board meeting schedule coming in 4 weeks. The project is of a critical nature and similar to the infrastructure construction project which the company had done in past few years. We have already done something in the past. The subject manager, SME subject matter expert involved on the project team are fully capable of preparing the WBS. It may consume time and may take longer than 6 weeks. We don't have time for bottom-up estimation. Okay, we don't have 3 points and we don't need high-level estimation. We need better estimation. So since it is based on past, we are left with 2 options only, analogous and parametric. But analogous is very high level. Okay, the project is of critical nature and similar to the infrastructure construction. So why would you choose an analogous and why would you choose parametric? Put it in the chat box. Those people who choose B and D, I need the answer. Yes, sir, we don't have 3 points to give C answer. Gupta, they said we don't have time. The question said that like we need 4 weeks and it takes 6 weeks. That's why that is how it is eliminated. You could not identify the keyword, Gupta. So raising the hand, I am justifying your answer. Amer, you are saying parametric. Similar project is completed. It is not saying that it's bigger or something. It is only giving us the information that we have used in the previous project. Only information. We don't have any information. It is bigger, smaller. So I am, in my personal opinion, I have to go to analogous. If anyone disagrees, we can discuss that. In my personal opinion, I did not make this question. That's what I'm saying. So in my personal opinion, the answer has to be analogous. If anyone disagrees with me, please raise your hand. Yeah, parametric. Numan, is it Numan Aslam who just became PMP today? Is it that, Numan?
No, Aslam, Noman Aslam. That was a Noman Shazar something.
Noman Shazar, sorry. Yeah, I thought if you are that, then you can say that it's a simple question. Yeah, very good. G, next question. Hassan, answering your question, he is capable, but the question said that it will take 6 weeks to make WBS, and they had only 4 weeks. That's all. Which whenever you give answer, always put a justification. Acha ji, what will be the next step project manager will take while proceeding with the project? The project manager conducted a focused workshop involving all the stakeholders to gather the requirements for the project in line with the project charter. So what he will do? What he's getting, he's trying to get a requirement. Once the requirement is there, we are not making a scope plan. We are not making scope management plan. That is, sir, scope and so that's always put the justification in your question whenever you answer. So I can look at that what you are thinking, because we need to work on your thinking pattern. You are quick to answer, but you don't put the justification. Okay. Going back to the question, what was the question? G, that conducted a workshop involving all the stakeholders to gather a requirement. We are in the collect requirement for the project in line with the project. It's not requirement gathering does not make project scope statement. We get the requirement traceability matrix. Requirement documentation and requirement traceability matrix is the answer. We get two things: requirement documentation, traceability matrix. Then we filter out and we get project scope statement matrix. Okay. Next question. Drag and drop.
Yeah, Amer.
Yeah. Who's there?
Yeah, it's Amit here. Sorry.
Yes, Amit. Please raise the hand, but now
Yeah.
tell me.
So it is mentioned as a traceability, as a trackability. So it's not the right word, exact word which is mentioned in the PMP.
Requirement.
That is why I have not chosen.
That's a grammatic mistake. Yeah. Okay. It is requirement traceability. I didn't even identify it.
Okay. So that is why I have not chosen this option.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Anyone else? Who would like to solve the next drag and drop? Guys, have some courage, yaar. Who has already my old students? Yasir Salim, sir, I respect you. Just wait till 18th. Then I will you all. Swapnil, unmute yourself. Swapnil?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Let's go. Swapnil, I guess I have wasted a lot of your time. In this time, you would have done more work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I hope this was useful for you.
No problem, sir.
Ansh, please.
Okay. Six Sigma framework defines the processes for creating, maximizing, and sustaining the benefits provided by the project. Criteria define targets against which to report success. PDCS is Deming cycle.
Okay.
Then
Plan, do check study. Okay.
PDCA.
Yes. Plan, do check act and plan, do check study. Both are. Yes, next.
Then
Yeah.
Six Sigma is 99.99.
Yeah, the highest quality standard. Okay.
Variation in the process is,
yeah,
an informal term that goes beyond economic value.
What is that?
Variation.
That is variation in the process. Okay. Last 1 minute.
Yeah.
Seconds.
Process of examining each of the component of business value and understanding the cost of each done is business case.
Okay,
Business
time's up.
needs and cost benefit. Okay.
Okay, you can tell. You can, if you have anyone, tell me. Yeah, this one.
Business need and cost benefit analysis are used to justify project, establish project boundaries. The business value.
No. Okay, this is business case. Okay, this is business case. This is this is value analysis. Okay, criteria or defined targets report success is basically benefit management plan. Okay, DMI AIC is a Six Sigma framework, define, measure, analyze, improve, control. Okay, and informal values that basically goes beyond the business value, defines the process of creating maximum and benefit realization. Okay, and variation in the process is control chart or Six Sigma.
Yeah.
So this one.
Yeah. Okay.
I hope next time you can get it better. I expected a lot better. Swapnil, this was not good. Your quality is weak. Maybe have to look in the quality topic one more time. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Achha,
okay, thank
that's good. Thank you. Okay. Unmute yourself, please, guys. Solve this question, everyone. We have 11 more questions to go, so let's get a little bit more motivated. Okay. Which document project manager will refer to verify the risk project might face? The project is currently in initiation phase and project manager is in the process of identifying stakeholder. Mean project charter is done. The sponsor inquired about the risk which may impact the project during the life cycle development. Which document project manager will verify? Okay, so scope is not done yet because you are in the initiation phase. The question said that initiation phase. Business case, benefit management plan, all the risk from there has been transferred to charter. They are put in the charter. So now the charter will be the right document to look into that. D is the right answer. G, which of the following action PM will adopt? The project required distribution of highly regulated compliance requirement medicines globally. The project manager is assigned to launch the product in country A as it is a preferred country and is checking the regulation prior to launch. The launch is in next week time. The PM has recently found that the legal documentation will take more than 8 weeks. Which of the following action he will do? Hold the launch date till the regulation document is approved. Launch the product in other country. Launch the product in parallel to legal requirement. Launch the product online. This is an interesting question. So guys, anyone who put the answer, any answer apart from A, please understand this thing. Please understand this thing. This is highly regulated medicine. We cannot do that. We have already chosen option A. We don't know what will happen in the other country. So we need to hold the launch. Sometimes not doing anything or stopping your project is the most important strategy. Yeah, Vijay?
Can you go to question?
Ask question, please.
Why launch to another country is not correct option? Because
how you are having any justification from the question?
For example, if it is a question saying it will take 6 months, right?
No. Even whatever the question says, do you have any justification that proves in the next country those regulations will not be there?
Because next country legal may be very relaxed. No?
Maybe. But do you have anything that in the question that justify that? Those
because
maybe.
Third country is first country.
That is the first country because we want the easy country to first there or the most important, whatever the reason.
As a sponsor, I want to realize the money immediately.
No, we don't want to.
Why I have to wait? If this country is legal problem, I can go to another country and I can launch the medicine. No?
Because of this highly regulated medicine, we decided option A. And if we cannot do there, we'll hold. Because laws are changing and laws for medicines in the world are like this. If anyone increase or improve the laws, everyone does. Okay.
If the question says we don't know when it will be legal documentation will be approved.
Then we will see the question. Then we'll see the option. Then we will discuss that what are the options to be there. Whenever there's a legal thing, we have to do it. There is no other way. That's why the approvals or the things like that, they are delayed and the government projects are delayed. No? Okay. Yeah. G. G. The question says that which of the following approach PM will use to execute the project? The project requires development of software for tracking of calls to value the data. The project manager assigned has no experience and is assigned with a limited budget and a strict deadline. Which of the following approach PM will use? So we see they require the development of a software for tracking of calls, etc., for customer. Assigned the project and has no experience, limited budget and a strict deadline. So waterfall goes out of the box since we don't have that. So yeah, we will not work into that. Much not at all, not predictive. Yeah. Gupta, why did you put that predictive? It's not about the deadline, yeah. Waterfall cannot be there. We are working on a software for tracking code. Na? So deadline is strict. So in the Agile, we can have a strict deadline. So best Scrum will not be there. It can be, but not necessary. Hybrid, utilizing the combination of two approaches working into that can hold us that way. So D will be the right answer. Guys, how are you justifying not to use hybrid? Hybrid, when you have the hybrid option, you need to be very, very, very careful justifying that hybrid is not the answer. Okay. Acha ji. Which of the following techniques project manager will adopt to ensure projects are delivering the objectives? We want to see which technique it will be used. The company is working on a multiple projects of a software development, including multicultural, virtual team. The PMs are facing multiple challenges. Please note, PMs are facing multiple challenges during execution, as well as integrating the information for review by the program manager to have the visibility of the ongoing project, whether they are delivering a project as set by the organization. Which of the following technique program manager will adopt to ensure the project are delivering the objective? Hold a workshop every week with Scrum Masters to collaborate the progress data. Organize Scrum of Scrum by implement safe, check the information. So you see here the right option is basically the multiple project managers. So that comes under the domain of a SOS or Scrum of Scrum. B is the right answer in this pattern question, and many people put the B as the right answer. Very well done. I guess we already did this question. Yeah. Okay. A very interesting question, and who has the courage to do this one? Anyone? Swapnil, you already did. You need to improve on that. Anyone? Pallavi. Gupta, you did it, na? You did one, na? Okay, Pallavi, go ahead.
Yeah. An analytical technique that models the combined effect of uncertainties to evaluate the. Okay, this is finding. I will see later. Financial metric of profitability. Okay, so the different sets of users are shown that can be A/B testing. The
Which one?
fifth one, I think. Different
1, 2, 3, 4.
fifth.
Okay. Okay.
So then we can alternate to determine which provide the best approach to achieving benefits. Sprint review. Cash inflow minus cash outflow. The present value of cash outflow minus inflow is this. It's net present value. Yeah. Payback period is that break-even point.
Where?
Third one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then acceptance story and any feedback enable the team to make the necessary changes to optimize the business value. Okay, this is the story and feedback enables the team. Sprint yeah, the third last is the sprint review demo.
This one?
Yeah. It's sprint review demo. Then benefit cost return on investment cash equal to 0. Another scale of 100 or 100. Net promoter score minus 100 to 100, the last option. For the measures of gain or loss from investment. Benefit cost analysis, second one. For the possible outcomes, okay, system after estimating the strength and weakness of alternatives to determine which provide the best approach to achieving benefits while preserving savings. Okay. Return on investment, I think. Alternatives.
This one?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Outputs are generated to represent the range of possible outcomes. Okay, and impact is Monte Carlo and simulation is
both are okay. Actually, both of them are same.
Simulation is outcomes.
Yeah. Very well done. Very well done. Very well done. You did a very good thing, and thank you for accepting the challenge. Ji guys, next question. Okay, what should you do next? With project underway, the CFO has retired from the performing organization and now has been replaced. The new CFO has raised concern about the validity of the business case. He does not agree with the business case. You have made an assessment of the new stakeholders' relative power, interest, and engagement level, updated the stakeholder register. That is done. And project management plan. What should you do? Okay, so a very interesting answer. We have updated the plan. We cannot update the business case. We don't have the authority to do that. Terminate the project. We cannot terminate that. What should you do? Not sponsor. You do. A and B, we cannot. Submit a change request to update the stakeholder. We updated the project management plan. That is the part of that thing. So we are left only with one thing, assumption law, that making an assumption that this may or may not cause a problem in the relative stage. Rania, already project management plan is updated, sister. So project management plan has stakeholder plan inside it. Project management plan means all that. And just for all the old students, seriously, this was the first question of the stakeholder topic of the 40 questions. I picked this question from there. That's the first question. I thought let's have a repetition. How many can make it right? And still you make it wrong. Assumption log is a document, as the name suggests, all the assumptions are in it. It is generated along the project charter to see what are the assumptions in the entire project. Okay, ji. Next question. Now, last 5-6 questions, I made it. They are very short, strong. I guess we can solve them in 5 to 10 minutes. So very straightforward question. A new stakeholder has been added in a stakeholder register. You have updated stakeholder plan. What will you do next? Update communication plan. Raise a change request to update the communication plan. Update issue log. Update resource management plan. Vinod, once the change request is there, you have updated a plan. One change request is enough to update every single thing. You don't need to raise another change request. No issue log, no resource management plan. You can update it with the plan. Guys, understand whenever a new stakeholder comes, you update a stakeholder register, see if you need to update a stakeholder plan. If you have to update a stakeholder plan, you raise a change request. Once the change request is approved, you update both stakeholder and communication plan. One change request is enough to update all the plans. Please understand this. Acha ji, next question. Okay, ji. What would the Scrum Master have done differently? You are working on an Agile project, client is refusing to take part in sprint review. As a result, approvals are getting delayed. So what would he have done differently? You see, please understand this thing, that product owner is the voice of the customer. So product owner can directly approve it. A is the right answer. Okay, approve the product himself. He cannot do nothing. Nah. It took 4 to 5 hours to complete these questions for me and 4 hours for this coaching call. So, but I'm more appreciated that more people, 40 people have stayed till now. That is more, I feel my effort is full worthy. At least these 40 people can clear PMP in November and we can get the next target. A very interesting question, small but very interesting. What will you update? An unidentified risk has occurred. It has occurred. Mean issue. Unidentified risk occurred issue. And you have implemented a response for it by using management reserve, which means raise a change request and get it there. Now a secondary risk has been identified. What will you update? You have identified a risk. So whatever the question says, a risk has been identified before occurring. It goes to risk register. Not risk management plan, not risk report, not issue log. If the question said, what did you learn from there? Then the lesson understood. But the right answer is risk register. Okay. G. This is an interesting question. I actually got tired after this question. I made this at 7:35, I guess. Ajay, however, still conflict is not solved. What will you do next? The question is about conflict is not solved. An approved seller was approved, unable to deliver according to agreed contract. You have did the following step. Try to solve the conflict, do what is in the contract, get help from the mediator, still it is not solved. Try again. Why? We even had got a help from mediator. We will not do that. Accept them. Why? Update issue log. All these things happened after issue log. Na? So the last option of arbitration or how to handle the procurement is go to the court. Very strange scenario of this question. Very less you have to go to the court. But in this question, you have to go to the court. G. Last dragon dog. Any warrior here? Any volunteer, I mean. Warrior mean volunteer. Who would like to solve the question? Amol, you, not you. Hassan. Hassan?
Yes, please.
You came with the name of the warrior, na? Once I said that. Yes,
All right.
let's go. Let's go.
So composite hybrid organization. Agile teams. Okay, agile teams. Teams are usually teams are usually full-time and co-located.
Where?
It's like from below third last. Yes.
Okay. Next.
Okay. Project oriented organization. Fifth, the middle one, project oriented organization. PM is full-time with authority. It's the second one. Yeah. And here the middle one, PM is full-time with authority.
Yeah, project manager.
But functional manager is still involved. No, wait. Here it says functional manager is still involved. should be balanced matrix. Just a minute.
Last 1 minute.
Weak matrix, project manager is more of a coordinator or expediter. Okay, then functional multi-divisional organization.
Okay, balance matrix is this. Project manager is recognized but does not have the entire authority. Okay, strong matrix, project manager is full authority, but functional manager is still involved. Project oriented organization is basically team are arranged according to project need. Okay, two managers or report to the manager. That's the definition of a matrix organization. Okay, all team works under a single functional manager. It's a functional organization. Composite and hybrid is this. A little bit more effort is required. You did a good job, but a little bit more effort is required. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So. Okay, guys. Last question. What is the answer? Fill in the blank. You can get one fill in the blanks in that jam. So I put one fill in the blank. Put your answer. What the? So both CPI and SPI less than 1, which means your project is over budget and behind schedule. With that, we are done with 60 questions, and I would like to congratulate all of you once. It was really tough, interesting to sit for 4 continuous hours, and that is the exact time of PMP exam. After 60 questions, you get a 10-minute break. This is very well done, especially congratulations to batch 11, how you sat through the entire thing. Congratulations to Prashant, who only have done fundamental topic, but still he stayed there to look at what the things are. Thank you, Vinod. I know you are traveling and so much busy, but still you came up. Thank you, every single one of you who come in. I spent like more than 10 hours effort on this, but for me, the most important thing is to deliver the value. And you are with here, so that is the most important thing. We have already done a 60 question 2 weeks back at the end of batch 10. Do watch that video on YouTube. If you are unable to find, do ask me the link. I'll share it, or someone finds, share in the PMP Aspirant group. And guys, we will have next coaching call like this at the end of batch 11. That will be 27th of that, and then I will combine all these 60 and make up one complete mock. As a general, every Wednesday we have a live question answer session like this, same time on YouTube. We have one coaching call on Monday in which we solve the question answers on Zoom. And yeah, so thank you very much. I hope, and do message me personally how many questions you got right. With that, thank you very much. Become certified PMP. Assalamu alaikum. Namaste. Sat Sri Akal. Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Bye bye.